Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Nye. Right now in Isle Deckney, it's 11:18 a.m. on Sunday, April 26th, 2020. Now for today's announcements. The new art gallery at the museum is open as of today. It's a wonderful gallery with space for paintings, sculptures, and more. The museum's intrepid curator, Blathers, accepts art donations all day, every day. But if you'd like to make a donation, please be mindful that there is fake artwork circulating out there. As always, use your best judgment. And of course, we'll be holding a special ceremony to celebrate the happy news. If you're interested in participating and have the time, please check in with Tom Nook at Resident Services. That's all for today. Have a fun day out there. Still no red, I'm afraid. That's fine. We'll find a way to get the artwork some other way. Ooh, I like that sky. I'm a fan of rain. I've said this in the past, but it bears repeating. I think rain is fantastic. Okay, so here is all of our lamps from the Nook Mileage program. I picked up the other rare song from KK Slider last night. The what was it? Animal City? Happy Home Academy. 120,000 points, rank S. The 70,000 point milestone is something to remember. Congrats, please accept the small token of our appreciation and admiration. Only 5 more weeks of free upgrades until I have to actually try to upgrade the house. I'm stuck on a workout plateau, so I decided to try something different. Writing letters. It's the ultimate type of muscle confusion program. My hands have never been so buff, and it's all thanks to you. Okay. So we'll go explore around. I do need to... Actually, before I do basically anything, actually looking at the time, I do need to go check on turnip prices real quick. Might need to actually make room in my inventory, because my inventory is a little bit full. Go ahead and put these away. I was able to snag a an oarfish. Excuse me, can you go away? Wonderful. Put away the anchovy. Just gonna put this stuff away for now. We might sell it later, we might not. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with this stuff. We need to make money, but right now, stock seems like the best way to make some money. Not 100% sure if I'm going to be doing any more paper lanterns in the near future. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go back and we're going to see what I have duplicates of, and we'll pull that stuff out so I can actually give it away during the day-to-day. We got a bronze HHA trophy now. Just go ahead and move this slightly. Oh, okay. So we have upgraded from plaque to trophy. Okay. Not bad. Don't really have a lot of money to spend today is the only downside to the whole, you know, gonna do stocks today thing. Right. So I'm curious if anybody else has the concept of unstated needs. Now, this is different from what I used to have. Oh, Red is here. Okay, he just wasn't announced. I'd know that shiny face anywhere. How you been, Nye? You made the right choice buying that art for me earlier. I've had a lot of folks asking about it. You know, I really gotta be honest. I think I'm falling for Isle Deckney. I mean, got quite a setup going on here. And a lot of art fans. So Isle Deckney wants art, and I got art to sell. Might be something to this. But I couldn't sell to just anybody. I'd need someone I could trust. Completely. As if they were family. And since we're basically cousins, and because I know you got an eye for quality, I want it to be you. Want to look at a few things? Got both art and furniture, plus you'd get my cousin's discount. You in? I'm in. I knew I could count on you, cousin. That is absolutely the right choice. I've got my boat anchored off the northern shore, and I'm almost done fixing all the leaks. Long story. Come have a look at what I'm selling. You won't regret it. Okay, so is he going to take me there? No, I got to walk there manually. Okay, that's fine. Let's go take care of stocks first. Okay. Oh, hello. Red brick wall, chocolate hallway wall. Okay. So, unstated needs. So, when I was working at retail, when we said unstated needs, what we meant was a... Oh, you gotta redeem these one at a time? Ugh. What we meant by unstated needs was that, seriously, you have to do this one at a time. Okay. So what we meant by unstated needs was when a customer had named something that they need. So let's say, that's a good example. Something like Overwatch, for example, for like an Xbox or a PlayStation. So Overwatch is an online-only game. At least it was back when it first came out. I don't know if something's changed since then. But Overwatch is an online-only game. So the stated need was, I want to play Overwatch. The unstated need is, I need to make sure I have, you know, I have online. If you bought something like, you know, Mario Party, stated need is, I want the game Mario Party. Unstated need is, I need to make sure I have enough controllers for as many people as I want to play. So, obviously there was more than that, you know. In retail, you consider unstated needs to be basically every add-on you can, you know, you can talk about with the customer. But unstated needs I found to be a really good explanation of other things. Things that you see in, you know, all kinds of places around, just kind of around life. You know, in my local gaming store, an oft-noted... Anything? No. An oft-noted unstated need in my local gaming store is the need for someone to explain how a rule works. You'll very often see people who are kind of bumbling along through Magic, and they don't quite understand how something's supposed to work, and they try to, you know, make up a rule. Or not really make up a rule, but they try to reason it through. And the problem is, in some cases, Magic doesn't quite work the way you'd expect it to, but there are very stated rules on this is how this interaction works. So unstated need would be, you know, to talk about the rule. What I find very interesting is that in today's society, there are certain unstated needs that some people are very good at filling out, and some that people are very not good at filling out. And I think especially right now, with, you know, with COVID being a huge deal that tons of people are paying attention to, one of the bigger unstated needs is companionship and fellow feeling. You know, we need to know that there are people out there who, let's see, how, such like 50,000 bells? Okay, we'll take it. Because I don't feel like sitting here anymore. But one of the bigger unstated needs is, you know, to know that there are others out there like you who understand where you're coming from, who understand the issues that you are facing, who, you know, who commiserate and who empathize. That's a big deal for a lot of people. And I remember having a conversation with a friend a couple of years back. And the conversation was that there was something that I needed at the time. But the problem is, a lot of these unstated needs, if you actually call them out, if you actually name what the need is, I feel it doesn't get filled. Sometimes you're not stating a need because you want to see if someone notices it, right? You know, I've noticed that, you know, me especially, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I noticed that when I'm feeling really down in the dumps, uh, you know, naturally, one of the things that I would love to get is comfort from a friend or a family member. You know, someone who reaches out and says, hey, you look like you're having a really bad time. Are you okay? And it's that need for that kind of direct, you know, personal touch from someone else. Someone that says, hi, I've noticed you. I'm aware that something's going on. But the problem I find with a lot of these needs, especially the interpersonal ones, you know, less so stuff that you see at you know, retail and stuff like that. But I find that a lot of times with the unstated needs, when you have something that you're hoping for, is that it doesn't mean as much. I'm gonna pick up the I'll pick up these oranges a little bit later on. But it doesn't really mean as much at the end of the day if you get the thing you needed, but you had to ask for it. And that's what I'm kind of curious about y'all, is if you guys agree with that concept. That, you know, having a need, having that, you know, I don't necessarily want to use the word intimacy or something like that, but I think that's a potentially good word because it encompasses a lot of things, and one of the things that it absolutely encompasses is relationships. You know, you see it a lot in movies and in sitcoms and stuff like that. Pietro has vanished. He was here literally a second ago, and he is now gone. You know, you see this a lot in movies and sitcoms and stuff like that. But, you know, there are times when you want something. You want your partner to notice you, or you want a friend to see that you're hurting. You know, you want that. There's that selfish need for someone to see that something is wrong. And that kind of need, maybe, for, you know, for Superman to show up, essentially, and say, hey, you know, it's gonna be alright. But the problem I find is that when this happens, when we reach that point where, you know, we're waiting for Superman to show up, asking for it ruins it. I think of Christmas when I think of this sort of thing, because I don't know, I feel like why should I be sending Santa a letter telling Santa what I want for Christmas, right? Why should I need to send him a letter? He's watching me every day. I can just write the letter and he can read it over my shoulder. What, you know, why do I need to actually send him it? What's the point of, you know, if he's aware of me all the time, what's the point of sending a letter? He should already know. And I feel it's kind of the same thing with when you have one of those needy days where you're really looking for, you know, love, care, and affection. When you really, what you're looking for is you want someone to show that they love you, they care for you, that, you know, they're here and they're looking out for you, and they, you know, they are here to show that to you, show that affection. But if you have to ask for it, is it real? And I think that's the question. No, we gotta check the speech. I think that's the question that, you know, that comes up to me when one of these days comes up. It's, you'd think like a good friend, a lover, whatever the case may be, if someone is that close to you, they know you well enough to know when you're in a mood, right? I mean, that's just... Okay, what are your prices? 91, that's good. Okay. We'll be back for her soon. But, you know, that's... Good friends know when you're in a mood, when you're in a bad mood, when you're upset, when you're having a bad day. Family might know just as well, right? They might also understand that bad days have happened. A lot of us, just by looking at someone, we can see that something's up. But if people don't reach out, if people don't see that, then a natural question is, did someone even notice? Did they see that I need help? And if they did, why didn't they say something? So if you have to reach out and say, hey, you know, I'm having a really bad day, can you come and bring me that comfort that I'm looking for? If you have to ask, is it real, you know? And that's what I'm curious about. Why is there... I don't recall placing this here. We're gonna move that, but I don't recall placing that chair there. Yeah, I mean, that's... It's a... I guess it's a weird... We have a refrigerator. Nice. And a bucket. But I guess that's the question I have to ask, is if you guys feel the same way. It's a very weird question, I think. Very, very weird question to ask. It's very off the wall, and I completely understand that. But have you guys had one of those days? One of those feelings that, again, if you have to ask for it, it's not yeah, and you get it. It's not legitimate. I guess it also depends on what the ask is. A friend came up to me today and said, you know, hey, can I have a hug? You know, the response is obviously, of course you can. There's never a question of that. Yes, of course you can have a hug. And I suppose, you know, you don't... The hug itself is not any less legitimate for having asked for it. I think the big question is, you know... It's like one of those things. If you have a person that you're interested in, if you have feelings for example, and you're trying to see, are those feelings, you know, reciprocated, for example. And I'm not talking about a situation where it's like confessing your feelings. That's a little bit different. You know, letting them know that you're interested is one thing. But, you know, if you're trying to... If you're looking for reciprocation... and you have to ask for it, is it really real? You do get something. You can have a director's chair. Oh, I got a sailor's hat. Okay. Let's see. Peanut is not home. Found a lost item. Kind of watching the time. It's 11:38, and Daisy May leaves at 12. Got to make sure I get to her before 12, but I want to get like enough money together to make a good run at this thing. $91's a really good price. another reason why I'm kind of really excited about this. That being said, we do have to deal with red, too. I mean, that's also a, something I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure I actually deal with red. I'm looking for the money rock. This is probably it, to be honest. I don't know. I think it's personally, I think it's for me, it's complicated. You know, really for me, again, if I have to ask for it, it feels like it kind of cheapens it a little bit. Because, you know, I guess asking for comfort, again, it's a little bit of, you know, I would have hoped you would have noticed that I needed it. And then also, you know, I'm always, in a situation like that, I'm always afraid of coming across as, you know, attention grabbing, I guess. You know, people in the past have been kind of unpleasant with accusations of that nature. Had a really bad day, was looking for someone who could, you know, help me get over it, and instead of getting, you know, sympathy, not even sympathy, but just, you know, someone who wants to spend time or someone that actually cares, it was, oh, you're just looking for attention. And that just makes you not want to reach out again, you know? Okay, so here's the pitch. At Jolly Red's Treasure Trawler, we sell only the finest. There's nothing finer than fine art and rare furniture, am I right? Of course, I can't let all these fine things just walk out the door. I gotta limit you to one piece of art per day. It's a hassle, I know, but I hope that Cousin's discount will make up for it. Plus, let you buy all the furniture you want, no questions asked. Take a look around. We've got masterpieces by the great masters, plus stuff for your master bedroom. Okay, so let's go look at, okay, I already have this. It's impossible to get enough of the box sofa. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, I already have that. Okay, so let's take a look at, a lot of folks have been asking me about buying that academic painting there. If I scared them off, I want a closer look at it. Okay, so this is Da Vinci. I mean, that looks about right. So I'm gonna see how many of these we can actually... How many we can actually figure out. Okay, so I'm looking at... So it's the Vitruvian Man is the name of this one. So I'm pulling it up. Okay, so I'm looking at it. Arms and legs look right. It does have the stain on the bottom. I mean, this looks legitimate. I'm thinking we go for this one. I'm thinking this is a legitimate piece. Yep, we'll buy it. Okay, it's gonna ship it to me tomorrow. So unfortunately, I can't buy any of these other things. I do want to take a look. So this is one of the terracotta warriors. I don't know how you'd figure out if that was broken or not. Or not broken, but illegitimate. I'm kind of curious. Like, I don't see anything that immediately jumps out. Maybe that line on the right-hand side would be an indication that it's not legitimate. But it's good to know. I mean, it's good for us to check on these. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Some of this art I'm familiar with. Some of it I very much am not. Okay, the prices are a lot more reasonable than I expect them to be. Okay. So, there's not really much I'm going to be able to do to gain more money at a fast speed. True patron of the arts. Collecting artwork contributes to the cultural quality of Isle-Decnee, and Nook Inc. will give miles to folks who prove themselves discerning connoisseurs. Shady seller. I don't really feel like spending more... or by sending more Nook miles. What I can do, however, and I just realized this, but what I can do in order to get a little bit of cash inflow, I have an awful lot of fossils sitting around at home, and none of my friends have claimed them. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go get rid of them. Because what's the point of having fossils? I'm not going to display them anywhere. Like, they're not going to... But look at all these fossils I can get rid of. I should probably also get rid of a lot of these shells. But there are a bunch of shell recipes. But yeah, just an idle curiosity that I'd love to hear back from you guys on, and just kind of... Also, what do you guys do when you're in one of those situations? What do you do when there's, you know, when you wish you had, you know, a shoulder to cry on or someone to lean against, and there just isn't someone like that around? As much as we may hope for it, as much as we may want for people to be there for us at all times, they aren't always. You know, there are plenty of times when people are off doing their own thing. You know, people have their own lives, and as much integration as we may have with other people, there are times that you're going to be off alone. There's not going to be a support system. So when there isn't anybody, how do you... Sup, Peanut? I have a thing for you. Take a sailor's hat. I was going to give it to Renee, but... Nice. I think I already gave something to Renee today. Okay. What's up, Tommy? I need to sell some stuff to you. I have stuff. Okay, what's your offer? That's a number we like. Okay. Very good. So that's about the number I want. I wanted about 300,000 bells worth of stocks. Now, given that we have 14 minutes, let's configure. There she is. I absolutely want to buy some turnips. Okay, so let's see how much my inventory that fills. About where I wanted to be. That is awful close. It's not quite, like, on the nose for what I was looking for, but it's real darn close. So the question is, do I want to buy more? Not worried about making my money back. 91 bells. pretty darn easy to work with. So I'm not really worried about getting that money back or anything like that. I think, I think we're going to have a good, okay, we're going to go use the upstairs room. I think we got a really good chance of getting something good here. Just got to not eat my turnips. So what I'm considering, I've put away a couple of. First of all, we do have to do our purchases for the day, so we're not done. We do have more work we have to do, but we do have we gotta do our purchases for today, and I do have a bunch of bugs that I've been holding on to in case, let's say, Flick showed up. But what I'm thinking right now is that, bird in hand is worth 2 in a bush. So the question is, do I want to miss out on being able to buy stuff, clothing, furniture pieces from the Nooklings? Do I want to miss out on that? Or do I want to, miss out on the extra money from, like, Flick and CJ? And quite honestly, I'm thinking that extra money is going to be a thing that I'm going to want. I'm going to hold on to 3 of the Raja Brooks. That's going to be the next visual thing I'm going to do. That oarfish is going to be worth some. And then with like 10 minutes left, we'll go, we'll do our shopping. Whatever money I have left after shopping is going to go towards more stocks. And then we'll kind of see what happens. Maybe I'll get a really good spike. I'd love to be able to put money away again and be able to have it for big upcoming expenditures. We still have, I have to do the incline back at Reds, so that's going to be a thing that I'm going to want to pay for. And then we also have the bridge up, we have that bridge we have still to pay for. Okay, what do we got? Sold. It's about what I expected. Okay, how bad's the refrigerator? I gotta know. That's what I was kind of worried about. I thought it would be super expensive. Okay, I'll have to earn that much for the day ends. Okay, we'll definitely buy the metronome. I already have a bucket. Geez, 60,000 bells for a refrigerator. I'm not surprised, to be honest. Nothing I'm amazingly interested in. Yeah, I'm not necessarily surprised, but at the same time, yeesh. Expensive. Okay, let's go check for clothing. Hopefully there will be something particularly interesting for us to be looking at. Okay, no new major clothes. Just talking with you, I'm working as best for my day. Oh, thanks, Sable. I appreciate that. Okay, so what clothing options do we have in here that we do not have yet? We've done the career jacket. We've done the cowboy shirt. We've done the simple parka. Text shirt. We'll go ahead and snag one of those. I don't know if we already have a jockey's helmet. Man, we're starting to reach a point where we've bought most of their offerings. Which I guess is kind of, it's kind of, you know, pleasant and sad at the same time, you know? Like, we've done a little bit of everything here. I think I've done the overall dress. We need a wyvern straw hat, though. That's important. Have I done tiny shades? I don't think I've done tiny shades. I'm glad I saw that. Okay. Thanks, you two. Appreciate you. All right. I think I'm going to be probably wrapping up here soon today. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't have, you know, too much to talk about. And we didn't have too much to do. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to go get my fossils for the day. But I'll just kind of do that offline. Not a big thing that we got to do on screen. But I do want to hear back from you guys, as always. That's an always sort of thing for me. So, you know, do let me know. Let me know how you guys feel about kind of the unstated needs thing. Do you find that you had them a lot? Are you comfortable just asking someone for something? Like, again, you know, comfort or effect or something like that? Or are you more along my side of things where, you know, you want it, but if you have to ask for it, it's not as potent, it's not as valuable. Let me know. I'll catch you guys later.